Guys, we'll get started here shortly. Almost done on my end. Just trying to get a few things going with the unpaid buyer. Just one of them today. So looking pretty good on that end, but just taking care of things. Thank you again for your patience. Eighth. We are live. Everybody had a good weekend. Just getting a few things caught up on my end again. Again, thank you all for your patience. And the grab bag is up on the site. There's only a few spots in the grab bag. So grab bag is now on the site. Just a few spots on there. Extremely limited on the grab bags. Like I said, just finishing up on my end here with everything. If you have any questions, just let me know. All right, so we got that. All right, I need to go in and put that there. All right, so I've got hockey. I've got the Rockies in the back spot. I've got in this spot the Rockies, Rays. I've got the Jaguars, Saints, Commanders. 8 in the FUNKO. And the FUNKO. All right, guys. I think I am almost gold. Let me go grab my brewski, and then we're going to get started here. Thank you, everybody, for your patience. I'm going to go grab that drink. All right. Should be good to go. Everything is up on the site. We got brewski and all right. So we'll put this as a placeholder. That's my beer tonight. A little high gravity love. Yeah, good to see everybody. It's been a little while. I traveled for work. Was all over the state last week for work. And then I was in Chicago. Had a great time in Chicago. Absolutely wonderful time. Very, very busy. Probably did a week's worth of sightseeing in 2 days. But we had a lot of fun, and that's what it's all about. All right. I have to put the hockey puck out there, so let me grab the hockey puck. Okay. And then we'll start talking about all the good stuff going on here. Jump in. Just a few spots, again, available at yeah, for the most part, yeah. A little crazy, but yeah, for the most part, followed that itinerary. Um, my wife did a little bit more shopping, and we pushed back the boat toward a 2:50 instead of 1:30, but very close to that. A lot of smoke in the area on Friday, but the game was still played, thankfully, because otherwise we would have been who knows where. Oh, that's no fun, Sean. I hope you guys are feeling better. Yeah, good. Good to see you. I'm glad to have you guys in the fold tonight. Had a weird last 24 hours though. Just thinking about my dad a lot. Yesterday's trip was just I thought about him when he came back and just a little emotional with that. Some things just hit you. It's the kind of trip I would have loved to do with him. We had talked about doing some things this summer, last summer. So yeah. All right, guys. Spots available. Let me just put that out there. All right, guys. As always, there are going to be giveaways. Let's talk about those giveaways. All right, if you buy 5 or more spots, you're going to get something in the mail. That's always how we do things. Tonight, 5 or more spots going to get you a pack of Contenders baseball. 1 in 5, I think it's like 1 in 5 packs get you an auto or memorabilia card. So pretty good odds on that. Then we're going to get a Jumbo USA, not Jumbo, but a 2015 USA football. And one of every other pack has an auto or memorabilia card out of this from Upper Deck. 1990 Throwback Hockey Pack, Pro Set, well, 2022, 2023 Tops of NBL basketball. And some Leaf Draft football from 2023. So again, 5 or more spots, you'll get that. 10 or more spots, I have a really, really nice upgrade here, guys. Really nice upgrade. So check this out. We're going to be doing a Donruss Optic 2025 Jumbo Pack. That's right, 2025 Donruss Optic Jumbo Pack. A little 2025, 2026 Hidden Treasures Hockey Pack. One of those Contenders baseball packs. Leaf Draft Football 2023, and a chance at a Wemby Rookie 2023-2024 Donruss Donruss Basketball Gravity Pack. So pretty cool stuff right there. All right. Really quickly. Oh, I guess I should probably update that, huh? Collections, real quick. 1 second here. Just fix the order so not everything that's sold out is looking all wonky. Alright, so those are sold out. Alright. That around. Just so you guys have the right. There we go. Okay. Just want to make sure you guys see the correct. Oh, well, will it? Why did that not save? Blur, but why did the theme? Hold on. I'm wondering why my theming didn't save. That is there. Huh. Well, that's weird. Let me do this. I don't know why that happened. I'll put it like that just in case. All right, well that worked, so we'll go with that. I'll have to see if I have to update that later. Here is our site. All right, so here we are, dad-breaks.com, our schedule. We're breaking tonight, July 20th. We'll be breaking on Friday, July 24th. And then we'll be breaking next Tuesday, July 28th. All right, so spots that are available on the site. You see these ones are sold out. What is available? We'll start with what after the grab bag. This is our bat and 2 baseball break. This is 2 Gold Rush baseballs, 1 autographed bat. We have the Diamondbacks, the Marlins, the Padres, the Pirates, the Rays, and the Nationals. We have a few baseball spots available right there. Then we have, there are just a handful of kick spots. This is 1 autographed basketball, 1 autographed sneaker, and 1 autographed jersey. It is a random team. Some insane potential hits here are possible in this break. Then we have 1 mini helmet and 2 jersey break. We just have the Falcons. The Steelers are still out there, which is a shocker. More hits than any other team in that break. And the Titans. All right, so those spots remain in our mini helmet 2 jersey break. And then last but not least, our full-size helmet break. This is 1 helmet, 1 jersey. We have the Cardinals, the Texans, the Titans, and Commanders. All right, so that's a look at everything that's available other than our grab bag. All right, so we have a special grab bag. Not a lot of spots. I didn't put it down. I sometimes I do a like baseball break to offer more spots that can allow me to break the price down a little lower. Tonight I didn't do that. I decided to go a little straightforward. So there's only 24 spots in this. Someone is going to be getting a Gold Rush value pack, so it's one of these. It's a value pack 3 cards. One of the cards typically is either an auto and or slab card. So it's a 3-card box. Some awesome potential hits here. Then 2 people will be getting an autographed 8x10 photo. Some of the big names that you can see are right here. Then someone is going to be getting an autographed Gary Carter. That's right, the legend himself, Gary Carter. Autographed JSA authenticated. And I'll show that card, postcard here in a little bit from the late Hall of Famer. In his Expos uni there. And then someone's going to get a hobby box. It is what they call the Hobby Breaker box. It is a, on it, 2025 Oklahoma State University pack box. There are going to be 3 on-card autographs in that box. 3 of them. So someone's going to get a box with 3 cards that are going to have autos. There's 6 total cards. 3 on-card autos in that box. Then we're going to have 2 spots in our hockey puck break. 1 spot in the bat and 2 baseball break. 2 spots in the 16x20 baseball and jersey break. 3 spots in the Gold Rush Mini and 2 jersey break. 8 spots in our Funko break and 3 spots in our sneaker/kicks break. So that breaks everything down. That's just, like I said, not very many spots in that. So that's a look at what's out there still tonight if anybody's interested in grabbing a spot. All of that being said, I think we are ready to have some fun. What do you guys say? You guys want to do a little divisional love? All right, guys. Let's do a mini helmet. I'll figure out who got that NFC South spot here in a second. But we'll do these 3 breaks right here. These 3 breaks right here. We'll skip the hockey puck for now. We'll come back to that one later. We'll do these 3 breaks. I'm going to have everybody in the chat. You're going to give me 1 NFL division. That's right, 1 NFL division. Put that in the chat. If you have any questions, go ahead and put that in the chat as well. What up, Jake? Cheers. All right, and who bought that spot here? I'll put that in here in a second. And it looks like it was Troy. Is that correct? It was. All right, Troy, thank you. Let me hit refresh here momentarily. All right. And then we'll figure out the mini helmet. But we've got David with the AFC East, Joshua the AFC North, Paul the AFC South, Jeff the AFC West, Daniel the NFC East, Jake the NFC North, Troy the NFC South, and Joshua the NFC West. Box 3 is on the table. I also have box 5. Box 5 is also a possibility in here in the corner of our den. All right. So I'm going to go over to random.org. Anytime we do this, we go and do it 7 times. So we have 3 and we have 5. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Box 5. So I'm going to make a swap here. I'm going to go in and grab box 5. So it'll be this side. Box 3, not today. All right, guys. Good luck. We're gonna call no more guesses. What up, Candace? Daniel, I saw your email. I replied. I don't know. You might have already paid. Sent you a message. I actually messaged you last week on eBay about that. For whatever reason, it just didn't go through whenever the break happened. No big deal if you don't have it right now. Just get it later. No worries. Sorry for any confusion that caused. Thank you for your understanding as well. All right, guys. Let's start the action out with our good luck football doc. Quack, quack. So, all right, box 5. All right, so we're sealed up. We're just going to go in. We're going to give it a cut. All right. Well, they had this in there, which is not usual, but this is a Notre Dame helmet. Notre Dame helmet with a information tag on this. This is a Riddell old school Notre Dame helmet, like very old school. This is going to be Joey Theismann. Joe Theismann on the Notre Dame Go Irish. I actually stopped on Friday and ate at Legends in Indiana, right there in South Bend for lunch with my family. And then we took a walk around, saw Touchdown Jesus, and we had a good time. We had a good time. We had a great trip. We just had a good trip. Like I said, we did an insane amount of stuff in a short amount of time. Let me show you. Here, I'll show you my daughter. She's getting so big. She was a little kid when we started, but there she is. Touchdown Jesus in the background right there. All right. This here is going to go out. This is via Commander's hit, or shall we say, Redskins hit. This is going to be Daniel. Daniel, congratulations. Well, that maybe brought a good luck omen to you there, Daniel. Congrats. Little Joe Theismann, JSA authentication, JSA cert right there. Also says Go Irish. Notre Dame on your mini. Congrats. All right, guys. For our guessers out there, we are going to be looking at NFC East guesses. NFC East. All right. Ivan. What up, Ivan? I've got Ivan in it. I've got Charlene / Mike Anderson. Those are the only two I'm seeing. All right, guys. Mike, aka Charlene, and Ivan. All right, guys. Let me go ahead. We know we're going to use box 1. It's going to be this box for the football. So go ahead, put your guesses based on knowing it'll be this box right there. All right, guys. We have Kelsey with the AFC, Scott the AFC North, Jeff the AFC South, David the AFC West, Daniel the NFC East, Sarah's the NFC North, Micah's the NFC South, and Zach Attack has the NFC West. And remember, got some great spots. Not a lot of spots out there, but some great spots nonetheless over on the website dad-breaks.com. Just 10 grab bags remaining as well. So just 10 grab bags remaining. So those will be gone soon. Some insane potential on that hit, too. A lot of autograph. If you're looking to get the closest thing I can do to a guaranteed autograph, it would probably be that. It's not a guarantee, but 24 spots available, now just 10. And I think about half of them are going to end up with autographs, approximately around a half. Maybe even more, depending on how many hits we get. All right, guys. No more guesses. We're breaking box one. Let's go. This one right here. Quack, quack. Box one. Good luck, everybody. Give that a pop up all the way across. We have a Patriot. I actually know this. That is going to be Vince Wilfork. Right there. Vince Wilfork, the big man. Defensive tackle right there. Vince Wilfork from the Patriots. That is going to be an AFC East hit. Beckett authentication on the Vince Wilfork. Vince Wilfork right there. I don't think we've ever pulled him on a football. I know we have on a jersey. That'll be a Vince Wilfork. There we go. AFC Kelsey has done quite well with the hits lately. Congratulations, Kelsey. Vince Wilfork. All right, and that is going to be AFC East. Shauna with the correct guess. All right, that's it. That's the only correct guess I see with Shauna. If I missed somebody, let me know. And if you want, hit that like button for a little good luck mojo. Vince Wilfork. And then our last divisional break for now. We'll come back to that hockey one later. It is baseball jersey time. Baseball jersey. We have box one right here. Box one. We also have boxes 2 and 5. 1, 2, and 5 are going to be possibilities here. 1, 2, and 5. Go ahead and give me a baseball division. If you're wondering, I did do blue on these because the football jerseys are very similar. Different, obviously, that's a baseball jersey, but I don't want to confuse them when I grab them. So seeing the blue, just make sure that I grab the right one to open it. So 1, 2, and 5 here. 1, 2, and 5. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. All right, we're going to go with box one. Box number 1. All right, that's the one that's currently out there. We'll go with that. Scott, the AL East. Ivan, the AL Central. Paul, the AL West. Jeff, the NL East. Rick, the NL Central. And the Zach Attack has the NL West. All right, guys. Let's just jump right into it. Let's get our baseball on. No more guesses. Get our little baseball ring, a little glitz and glamour right there. Box one. So the seal on this right there. Across RSA all the way. O'Hop. Logan O'Hop. Logan O'Hop. This is going to be the catcher for the Los Angeles Angels. Los Angeles Angels, Logan O'Hop. This is going to be an AL West. AL West going out to Paul. Logan O'Hop. All right. Congratulations, Paul. That is Beckett authenticated for the Angels catcher. Former Philly. Philly was happy with that trade. It was pretty much, I think it was a straight-up trade. Logan O'Hop for Braden Marsh. O'Hop was actually the high-rated prospect. Marsh has not necessarily been the better power hitter, but a much more consistent hitter, that's for sure. All right, Shauna, I'll put 2. Oh, you got AL East. AL West for the correct guesses. AL West. That's Paul again with the hit. AL West. Ivan with the correct guess. He would have preferred to have guessed wrong and got the hit, but a little consolation there. AL West. Only correct AL West guess to Ivan. All right, guys. Well, again, congratulations, Paul, Logan, Ho. Oh, all right, guys. Well, hope everybody's doing well out there. We're going to get two people with a chance at a box of mystery. There's four names, only four names here. So 50-50 chance at a box of mystery. All right, so 50-50 chance at a box of mystery. So flashing a little football and baseball out there. All right. All right, these are the boxes. All right, Ivan's going to have a good chance. Now, Ivan can only get one. His name is going to show up twice. But Ivan has a good chance of getting one of these. Top two names, top two unique names, though. There's 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Ivan, so it's going to be Ivan and Shauna. Ivan's going to get to pick a box, and Shauna's going to get to pick a box. All right, congrats, Ivan. Congrats, Shauna. You guys will each pick a box of mystery here. All right, Ivan and Shauna. All right, Ivan's going Christmas, Shauna silver. All right, that means you both passed up on gold. Inside of gold was our whammy. But not all whammies create equal. This one I got. I think somebody will like this when they eventually get little Snoop Doggy Dog. That's right, Snoop Dogg with a little chalice, Funko. But not yet. All right. Silver, Shauna. Shauna, you got a pack of Topps Baseball 2023. Topps Baseball 2023. All right, Shauna, let's see what's coming out of your Topps 2023 baseball pack here. There's some Angels. You have Mr. Wright, Mr. Orias, and Mr. Darvish. You have Toscar Hernandez, Sonny Garcia, little Nick Pivetta, Eduardo Rodriguez, Garrett Cooper, Jaron Duran, future star. You have a little Buxton, Brian Buxton, Vlad Jr., Stephen Kwan, Danny Jansen, Kyle Farmer, and Jonah Hine. All right, those cards coming your way, Sean. All right, Ivan. Ivan, how about the Revolution? All right, let's do a pack of Revolution 2025. All right, I think it was 2025. Yeah, 2025 Revolution. All right, I should have just looked at the player on the pack and figured out what year it was. All right, Ivan. That's a good rookie in the back. All right, Tony Pollard. There's a Tavondre Sweat. A DeForest Buckner, and that's a parallel. And then how about this? A nice Luther Burden rookie. Luther Burden, the third rookie. Nice young wide receiver from the Bears. Yeah, good new young receivers in that offense. right, guys. You are welcome. Welcome. Give me 1 second here. All right. Let me do. Let's see. All right. Head on over to dad-breaks.com. Here's our schedule. We're breaking right now, July 20th. Breaking again on Friday. Breaking next Tuesday. Don't forget, Dad Bucks Rewards. If you don't know about it, where have you been? But make sure you've signed up. Anytime you buy anything on the site, you're going to get points towards giveaways, towards discounts. I'm going to be setting up a giveaway here soon. I'm not sure exactly the date yet. Just working on my work schedule to make sure I set it up for a day I'll be around. But make sure that you do this. And yeah, I know I can't change this. I don't know why. I gotta figure out why I can't change that because nobody here is buying perfumes on my site. But no matter what, when you refer somebody, when you're logged in, you're gonna get a code. There's gonna be a link. If you share that link with a friend and they make any purchase on the site, it could be for an $8 spot. They're going to get a $20 credit toward a future break, and you're going to get a $20 credit to a future break. So make sure you check that out. Maybe you have a casual work friend that might be interested in something like this. You think, A, I would love to have them be a part of the community, and B, you'll get $20 to the future break, and they'll get $20 towards the future break. So it's a win-win for everybody. So what's out there still? We have that baseball bat break. This one has 2 balls, 1 bat. We have the Diamondbacks, the Marlins, the Pirates, the Padres, the Rays, and the Nationals out there. So some good spots available. 6 spots available in that break. We have, I think it's 4 spots. Give me within 3, 4 spots, something like that, remaining in our basketball break. This is 3 items. This is loaded. It's got an autographed sneaker, an autographed basketball, and an autographed jersey. It is a random team. But look at just some of the headliners that are in this. Unbelievable. Kobe is a possibility in the sneaker and the basketball. So, just saying. Then we have in our mini helmet. This is 1 mini helmet, 2 jersey break. We just have the Titans left at this point. Just the Titans. And then in our full-size helmet break, we have the Arizona Cardinals, the Houston Texans, and the Tennessee Titans. All right, guys. That is what's out there. But now, I'm going to move a couple things. We're going to go in. We're going to do our full-size helmet. Full-size. And don't forget our grab bag. There are like 6 spots remaining in the grab bag. Once we do that, fill that, we'll be able to fill up a bunch of the breaks tonight. So take a look at that grab bag. Just like 6 spots, I think, were remaining. All right. This is going to be this helmet right here. This is box 1. It's the last one I had from this series. We pulled a sweet Caleb Williams out of a previous box. We have box 1 here, and then we're going to do 1 jersey. I'm going to have everybody out there. All you're going to do is give me 1 team. Everybody that guesses the team correctly, whether the team you guess comes out of the jersey or the helmet, you're going to get a box of mystery. Now, if we have more than 3 people guess correctly, we'll put a bunch of packs out there. But if it's just 3 or under, everybody will get a box of mystery. We'll do it that way. All right. So, fun stuff. Let's get into this. We have to figure out the jersey. All right, so I have box 1 on the table. I also see I have boxes 5, 8, and 9. All right, so 1, 5, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Box number 8. All right, box number 8. All right, so it'll be this guy right there, box 8. Number 1, not today. We'll actually put that back out there. Could be using that later, potentially. All right, Jake has the Cardinals. Rick, and then we have a couple of Ricks here. Rick Joe Johnson. So we have Joe Rick with the Falcons. Jeff has the Ravens. Mike has the Bills. Dave with the Panthers. Troy's got the Bears. Chad's got the Bungles. David with the Browns. Jeff has the Boys. David with the Lions and the Broncos. Thomas has the Pack Attack. We've got Paul with the Texans. Jeff has the Colts. Joe Rick with the Jags. Brandon with the Chiefs. William has the Raiders. David with the Chargers. Looking to hit something big with the Rams is Rick Belker one. Chuck Wagon in the house with the Dolphins. Mr. Sweeney with the Vikes. Chuck Wagon with the Pats. Daniel the Saints. Chase with the Giants. Chuck Wagon has the Jets and the Eagles. Charlene's got them Steelers. Zach Attack has the Niners. Jake with the Seahawks. Jose's got the Bucks. Dion in the house with the Titans. And David sitting on the commode. All right, I just got one question I came in, so I just want to make sure I answer it. Okay. No more guesses. Good luck, everybody. Good luck. No more guesses. Put that helmet to the side. Box 8. Quack, quack. Box number 8. All right. There is the seal. Showing that around. Give it a cut. See what we got. Thomas. We have a Frank Thomas Auburn jersey. Frank Thomas Auburn jersey. Football jersey. That's going to get razzed off, guys. All 32 teams going to have equal opportunity at this awesome jersey right there. Hall of Fame baseball player Frank Thomas, who played at Auburn at the same time as, I think he overlapped Bo Jackson at Auburn, if I'm not mistaken. All right. We'll have to razz that off. Someone's going to get that Frank Thomas jersey. That's awesome. All right, guys, here we go. Box 1. Quack, quack. Box 1 right here. Sealed up. Here's the front, the back. One cut. There's another. All right. Ooh, I know this team. All right, which way? Let's do it this way. All right. Gonna have to go out. It's gonna be a hint there. Oh, I don't know. Maybe you didn't see it, but we have. Let's see. I'm gonna show it to you here. A 5-time Pro Bowler, a 4-time Super Bowl champion from the Pittsburgh Steelers. We have Donnie Shell. Donnie Shell coming out of here from the Steelers. There we go. Donnie Shell. Defensive back from the Steelers in the 70s. Carolina's Director of Player Development. That I didn't know. All right. Donnie Shell in the house. And that is going out to Charlene. Charlene, nice hit. Good up, mate. All right, Donnie Shell, Steelers. All right, this is TriStar Authenticated. Charlene, there you go. Put it right here. Try to give it a look. Well, all right. And then right here, Frank Thomas. So we have one baseball Hall of Famer. We have one football Hall of Famer. We're going to see who is getting what out of this. Or who's getting the Frank Thomas, I should say, out of this. All right, top team name on the 7th time. This will also count for the guesses. There's 32 teams right there. There's 2, 3, there's 4. We're at 5. There's 6. One more makes it 7 times. This is going to be a Miami Dolphins hit. Miami Dolphins hit. Frank Thomas going out to the Miami Dolphins. Chuck Wagon. All right, Chuck, congratulations. You're going to get this Beckett Authenticated Frank Thomas Auburn jersey. That's right, Auburn. Not a White Sox, but an Auburn jersey. Congrats, Chuck. Miami Dolphins on that. All right, guys. So, Steelers and Dolphins guesses Shauna and Charlene. All right, Shauna and Charlene with the correct guesses. I think that's it. Shauna and Charlene, if I missed somebody, let me know. For Shauna and Charlene, you're each going to get a box of mystery here. All right, put that back down there. All right, put these boxes together. That'll be 2 hits, 1 whammy. 2 hits, 1 whammy. Right. Sean and Charlene, 2 hits, 1 whammy. We'll use those same boxes. Shauna and Charlene, go ahead and let me know which one you would like. There should be 2 hits, 1 whammy out there. The whammy is a personal favorite of mine. Silver for Charlene. Shauna's going with Christmas. All right, you both passed up on gold. Inside of gold is the whammy. Whammy. All right. It is a Back to the Future Marty McFly troll. There we go. Now, how awesome would it have been if they made a troll? They might have made one. I don't know. I didn't see one when I was buying it of Doc, but love Back to the Future. I'm a Back to the Future 2 guy over Back to the Future 1. 3 was a distant third for me. I love 2 and I love 1, but 3 was a distant third for me. That's just me. All right, Shauna, going with a little Christmas. All right, Shauna, here we go. How about a pack of select football right there, 2024? Let's go, Shauna. Let's see if we can get you a nice little something. I like 1 a lot too, so I'm not dissing 1 when I said like 2 more, but just a little bit more. The concept and how well they predicted the future 30 years in advance was awesome. All right, Justin Herbie, Trevor Lawrence, a die cut Josh Allen, short print die cut Josh Allen. That's awesome. That is a really nice looking, not numbered, but a really nice die cut Josh Allen prism. Johan Dotson prism, also not numbered, but how about a Drake May Select Certified Rookie? Boom! What a pack! What a pack! Drake May Certified. Trey Henderson. And Fred Warner. What a pack. Got some legendary quarterback cards in there. And how about that Drake May? All right, Shauna. Great pack. You're welcome. All right. And oops, I almost put the wrong sticker on that. Hold on, Charlene. Give me 1 second here. Charlene, this is going to be yours in silver. All right, here we go. You are going to be looking at a jumbo contenders pack. All right, 2021. See if we can get you a T-Law or one of the nice excuse me, wide receivers that was from that rookie class. All right. Charlene already got a great hit with the Steelers. Helmet there. Patty Mahomes. Calvin Ridley. Excuse me. Justin Jefferson. Joe Mixon. Jamison Crowder. Devontae Adams. Josh Jacobs. Darnell Mooney. Barkley. Joey B. Stephon Diggs. Rodgers. Tom Brady. Travis Kelce. Lamar. Dalvin Cook. Myles Garrett. Miles Sanders. How about a winning ticket? Tom Brady. How about a Trace Sermon? A Darren Waller, and another Tom Brady, a parallel. 3 Tom Bradys in the same pack. Hey, when you get a GOAT times 3, you can't complain. All right, there you go, Charlene. Good quarterbacks out, both those packs. You guys are welcome. Thank you. I'm a sneezer. Just do a refresh here on my end. See where things stand. All right, guys. Not many spots remain. Just 5 spots remain in our grab bag. All right. Refresh the order here a little bit. All right, guys. Here is an updated look. In our bat break, guys, this is a 3-box break. 2 autographed baseballs, 1 autographed bat. We have the Diamondbacks, the Marlins, and the Rays. Diamondbacks, Marlins, and Rays. Oh, my. In our full-size helmet, this is 1 full-size helmet, 1 jersey. We have the Cardinals. We have the Texans. Just the Cardinals and Texans. All right. We'll call it the J.J. Watt effect. We have then just a couple spots. I think it was like 2 spots. Don't quote me. I have to look at that again in a second. But like 1 or 2, maybe 3 spots max in our sneaker break, and that's it. And then we have 5 spots remaining in our grab bag, guys. You haven't seen what's in this grab bag. There are only 24 spots here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spots guaranteed to get an auto here, but technically this one here has 8 autos here. This one makes it to 8 because there's 3 autographs in this one. And then these are great chances. So basically a 50-50 chance at the hockey puck, between these 2 spots. And then some other spots down here. So some really, really good opportunities. The basketball sneaker break, the Funko break, it's all in this. Really, really trying to price this well for you guys here. Didn't do a lot. I know $28 is definitely a lot for a grab bag. I will not deny that. But I did, and then obviously we've got the Gary Carter autographed. And this is, let me show that again. The Gary Carter autographed, let me pull that up here. Postcard. So this is it right here. This is the autographed postcard we get. And it's got its JSA authentication right there from the Hall of Fame. If you haven't been to the Hall of Fame, these are a must get when you get up there, these postcards. When my dad was at the hospital before he passed, for those who don't know, my dad played Little League Baseball, and we went to his induction ceremony of a lifelong friend of his, of Bruce Sutter. And I got him one of those, and I gave it to him. He was not 100%, obviously, but we talked about it. I gave him a pack of Topps baseball cards at the hospital as well. We opened those things up. But Definitely highly recommend if you ever go to Cooperstown, getting your hand on some of those postcards of your favorite player. They're over $1, I think, a piece now. When I was a kid, I think I bought a whole bunch for like 20 or 25 cents. But obviously, those days are gone. All right, guys. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me just look at this. Okay. What I thought. All right. Give me 2 minutes. I'm gonna go in. I think, yeah, someone just bought a whole bunch of stuff. Holy cow! Hold on. All right, so someone bought a whole bunch of stuff here. Thank you very much. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna update everything. This was Greg. What up, Greg? I hope you're well. Hopefully you're having fun up north. Thank you, Greg. I'll hook you up a little something something for that. All right, we just have two baseball slots, one grab bag. There's only one grab bag left. So let's see if we can get someone to buy that last grab bag. While you guys do that, give me 2.5 minutes. If you guys need to take a break, go to the bathroom, go get a drink, call your grandmother because you haven't said hello in a while. I get it. What I'm going to do right now, I'm going to go in and I'm going to update the spots that have come in since we started the break. So just give me a couple minutes to go ahead and do that, and we'll meet back here in 2 minutes. I'm not going anywhere. I just probably won't talk as much or make as much sense as I try to be and try to make while I go ahead and update the spots that have come in since we started. So thank you guys. I always appreciate you guys obviously spending your hard-earned money, your time with me, do this kind of stuff. So thank you. All right, so let's see. This is Chuck. Chuck got a Funko spot. Jeff got his hands on a grab bag. What up, Jeff? I hope you're well. I didn't get to talk to you much in the last week, obviously, but hopefully you're doing well. Daniel got his hands on a grab bag. Ivan on the grab bag. Jake is in the basketball break. Thank you, Jake. We are going to be staring down at Troy. I already put that in there. Rick. This was Rick Belker. Belker won. Has 7 in the grab bag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Thank you, Rick. All right. I've got Rick in there. Just a couple spots. Most of the spots sold out. One spot remaining if you want to grab a grab bag spot. Just one spot remains. But I think it'd be really cool to somehow set up a dad break pilgrimage to the Baseball Hall of Fame. It'd be a lot easier for me to set one up to the Football Hall of Fame. Football Hall of Fame is great. If you've never been, it's great. But I live within an hour of the Football Hall of Fame, so I should do something like that. But the Baseball Hall of Fame, a pilgrimage there, if you have never done it and you're a baseball fan, I cannot recommend it more than I possibly could say. Like, stay at least 3 days. At least 3 days. Cooperstown is one of the most beautiful, and I can't recommend it if you have a wife and she is going to go with you and is not a diehard sports fan. Take her in the fall. It is a beautiful town in the fall. It's beautiful year round, but in the fall, all the trees, the leaves turning, and then take her to one of the cider mills. Oh my God, it's beautiful. She will love you for it. You will love it. Everybody's gonna have a good time. I just can't recommend Cooperstown enough. I really cannot. All right, sorry I haven't been reading off some of these names. I'm just yanting and ranting. But I saw Paul, David, Charlene, Jeff, Hawks. You guys all had grab bags. Mike Widows. Hey, Mike. Hope you're well. You've got a couple. You also have the Falcons in the mini and the Commanders in the full size. All right. Greg What up, Candace? And Case. Let me put those ones in. Like I said, I think there's just one grab bag left here, guys. One last grab bag. You want to get in on that? Titans with Case. Also got the Pirates and the Padres. Pirates with a tough loss today. Our pitching. I thought the pitching might be the strong suit going into this year for the Pirates. Turns out it's our bats. The bats are unbelievable. Candace got you in there. Grab bag. Greg. What up, Greg? Greg has 4 in the grab bag. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got the Houston Texans, a basketball spot, and the Rays. All right, I got caught up, I believe. I hope I did. I think I did. All right, let me see where things are on our end. All right. Not a lot remains. Not a lot at all. All right. I'll show you where things stand. All right. I'll see. Oops. That won't work. All right. So, in our full size helmet, just have the Cardinals left, guys. Just the Arizona Cardinals. And it's actually 3 or 4 names on the Cardinals list. This was not priced inappropriately for those wondering. Some good Cardinal possibilities on the hit list there. Bat break. This is 1 bat, 2 balls. We have the Diamondbacks and the Marlins. Diamondbacks and Marlins. And then we have 1 spot in the sneaker of the kick break. So we have 1 spot left in our grab bag. I won't go over too detailed, but 1 spot remaining in the grab bag, 1 spot remaining in the kicks, 1 in the helmet, 2 in the baseball. So what's that? 5 spots remaining. All right, guys. 5 spots remain. Let's see. Can I do this one? No. All right. Everything is contingent on that grab bag at this point. So, hey, yeah. Hope your mom's doing well, Thomas. All right. Did get an order that just came in. Let's see what it was. Greg. All right, Greg. Greg bought the Cardinals. All right, Greg. You know what? You just dictated what break we're gonna do next, Greg. Thank you, Greg. All right, Greg. You close that out. I'm gonna give you a little love here. Greg, you can tell me. I'm going to give you a gravity pack. Greg, you can pick absolute 2023, Greg, or absolute 2025. I think if you're in the chat. If not, yep, you're in there. All right, Greg. Thank you. You bought a bunch of spots and closed that one out, so I'll hook you up. 2023 or 2025? You got it. 23 it is. 25 it isn't. All right, Greg, a little gravity absolute pack. All right, Greg, a little Nick Chubb. How about a Saquon Barkley? All right, couple backwards guards. All right, you have a parallel Miles Murphy rookie, a Tyree Wilson rookie, and a parallel Joey Porter rookie. That's a great pull right there. Nice Joey Porter rookie. Talk about him getting one of the top 5 cornerback contracts in the NFL this offseason. All right, nice Joey Porter pull there. All right, guys. We'll do this. I think someone grabbed that last grab bag spot. I'll get to that here in a moment, but they filled this. Let's do it. All right. We know it's going to be this. No, yes, we do. It's going to be helmet 79. There'll be that one there. What we don't know is what jersey it's going to be. What jersey? A black bag jersey, one on the table. We'll do what we did with the previous helmet break. Everybody out there, give me one NFL team. If it comes out of the jersey or the helmet, you're going to get a box of mystery, just like we just did. Let's go ahead. Give me one NFL team. I'll go in. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Box 1, black bag 1. All right, it'll be that guy right there. Let me hit refresh on our list, by the way. All right, guys. We have Greg with the Cardinals. Sarah has the Falcons. Chuck Wagon with the Ravens. Mike has the Buffalo Bills. Dave with the Panthers. Sarah's got the Bears. George has the Bungles. Mike with the Browns. Charlie with the Boys. Mike has the Broncos. Dave with the Lions. Mike has the Packers. Greg has the Texans. George with the Colts. Sarah's got the Jags. Brandon with the Chiefs. Case has the Raiders. Jeffrey with the Chargers. Sarah with the Rams. David has the Dolphins. Sarah's got the Vikes. Jeff with the Pats. David with the Saints. Jeff has the Giants. Kirk with the Jets. Daniel flying with the Eagles. Case has the Steelers. Jack Attack has his 49ers. Ivan with the Seahawks. Jose's got the Bucks. Case has the Titans. And Mike's sitting on the commode. All right, friends. I'm going to call no more guesses. Good luck, everybody. We're going to do black bag number 1. Black bag number 1. Little Fitz Magic. All right, let me move box 79 to the side. All right, black bag magic right there. Number 1. All right, so we're going to give it a cut across there, but there you go, sealed up. Number 1. Murray. Is that Jamal Murray? This is definitely a Titans hit. What the running back that played for the Titans and then the Cowboys? I'll look this up. Well, no, actually, there's a authentication. Let me see this authentication. I can read it in the right light. No, I can't. The lighting is going to be DeMarco. I think it is DeMarco, but just to be safe, I'll put it in the bucket for everybody. I do think it is DeMarco Murray, though. And it would be the Titan version if it is. All right. Murray. All right, so I think that's a B. S. Could be an A. BS 04156 53826. It is DeMarco Murray. Oh, Murray. All right, that is a nice looking jersey right there. DeMarco Murray for the Titans. Case with a late buy-in hit right there. Nice hit, Case. DeMarco Murray. And that is, and it's got authentication of Beckett and DeMarco Murray has an authentication. It was hard to see. Easy to tell that it was hard to see that. In the right reflection, if you could see it. All right, DeMarco Murray. Congrats, Case. Hello, Murray. All right, box 79. Box 79. Right there, 79. This is sealed up, guys, all the way around. Where's the... There it is. All right. There we go. There's our seal. One more tap. Why not? A little magic. keepers. There's our helmet. Nothing else in there. Nope. And oh, we have a legend from this team. He's not a Hall of Famer, but if you look back at the last 25 years, he's probably one of the 10 best running backs in the NFL, at least in a 3-year period. All right, definitely in that conversation. We have a Kansas City Chief. How about Jamal Charles? Jamal Charles from the Kansas City Chiefs. Right there. That is a Beckett authentication on a Jamal Charles for the Chiefs. Brandon. Nice hit, Brandon. Jamal Charles. Beckett authenticated. All right, some couple of really good running backs right there. Guys that we need you to talk fantasy football. We're top 3 picks at their peak. Murray, I don't know if was the number 1 guy, but Charles definitely had some number 1 years. All right. Nice hit. Charles. And I believe he played at Texas, the Longhorns, if I'm not mistaken. All right, so we have a Chief and a Titan guesses. And there's the authentication. Really nice looking helmet. And we froze. Gotta love technology, but at least we're back. All right. Chiefs and Titans. Chiefs and Titans. Oh my. All right. I don't see a Chiefs or Titans guess. I could be wrong. But I did not see a Chiefs or Titans guess. All right. Give me 1 second here. All right. One second. All right. So someone's got a 50-50 chance here at either a whammy or a hit. All right. So it'll be either a whammy or a hit. 50-50 chance. Let's go with all right, whammy or a hit. All right, you know what? You've been here. I'm not even just going here. I'm just taking a whole bunch of people in the last 30 minutes to put a comment in. Top name has to be a name. Has to be a name. Top name. Going to pick a box. That's right. Participation points getting you extra here. There's 5. There's 6. One more is making 7. Jake. Jake, you're going to get to pick a box of mystery here, Jake. All right, Jake. 50-50. Hit or whammy? What am I drinking tonight? What up, Dudley? I have a Trogs Gravity Highway Double IPA. Right, Jake going with a little Christmas. All right. Passed up on silver. Inside of silver was a pack of Bowman Chrome football. All right, Jake, you stumbled into a whammy. Jake, these whammies, this one's a tiny one. This one is go, going, going, gone. That's a magnet. Vincent Van Gogh, going, going, gone. All right. I always thought that if I had a business and I got one of those vans that had like a wrap on it, you're welcome, Jake. I would get one that had Vincent Van Gogh on it, and I'd call my Van Gogh. You're welcome. All right, guys, give me 1 second here. All right. What are we doing? Let me see the spots that came in the last few minutes here. All right, so Dudley, Daniel, and Zach. Right. All right, so Zach has a basketball spot. Thank you, Zach Attack. Zach spot 2. What was the other one? Zach got a Diamondback spot. All right, Dudley. And then Daniel. Hold on 1 second. Daniel, you had the last grab bag. And Dudley has the Marlins. All right. I'm going to give 2 giveaways here. One to Zach. Zach closed the last spot of the night. And then the last grab bag was to. So we had Zach and. Who was it? Zach and Daniel. Zach and Daniel. Zach closed the last spot of the night. Daniel closed the last grab bag of the night. So I have a couple of absolute packs. Daniel or Zach, either one of you. Daniel, I'm not sure if Zach's in the chat or not. So, are you guys able to see anything? Do you guys see the screen? No, Dan. All right, perfect. Yes. All right. Well, it sounds good. I wasn't sure. I had to close it because on my end it wasn't showing up. You gotta love technology. Daniel and Zach. All right, Daniel, you went with 2023. That's the one on the left. Zach, you're going to get the one on the right. All right, Daniel, since you picked first, I'm going to give the. I'm going to open Zach's up for him. All right, Zach, this is your 2025 Absolute Pack. Closing out the action tonight. Thank you. All right, Zach, you have a David Montgomery. You also have a Tank Big. Is that Tank? Yeah, Tank Bigsby. How about this? How about a Hog Heaven Luther Burden insert in a gravity pack? All right, Luther Burden. Nice looking card right there on the Hog Heaven. And then Lamar Jackson parallel. And an Ashton Genty rookie. A great pack right there. Lamar parallel, Ashton Genty, and a Luther Burden rookies. All right, thank you, Dudley. I appreciate you letting me know. Daniel, here we go. Daniel, you have a Baker in Mayfield. Jerry, all right. You're looking at a parallel Jared Goff, a rookie Luke Schoonmaker, and a rookie Byron Young. All right, guys. Congrats. A couple of rookies right there. It is time for a little fun. We're going to do our grab bag stuff. All right, let me get the grab bag rolling. All right, so let me put it out like this. All right. Here's a little bit of info. For those who are unaware how the grab bag works, we have grab bag. There is a gorgeous value pack, 2 autograph 8x10 multi-sport packs, a Gary Carter Hall of Fame plaque postcard, OSU on it hobby breaker box. Some then spots to fill in the rest of the breaks tonight. These are that there. Okay, I'm going to copy these just like this. There were only 24 spots. They're going to go into random.org. They're going to get pasted right back in that same order as how they're going to get awarded. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6. One more makes it 7 times. All right, Greg, gonna get one of those great packs right there. We'll copy this. And then we're gonna go right back in. Hit paste. All right, Greg getting the value pack. Rick getting an 8x10 photo. Jeff an 8x10 photo. Case getting the Gary Carter plaque. David getting the On It hobby box. Rick's getting a hockey pack. Greg our hockey spot. Greg a hockey spot. We're going to have Daniel with the Rockies, Charlene with the Rockies in the 16-20. Jeff has the Rays. Greg's going to have the Jags, Candace the Saints, Ivan the Commanders. FUNKO spots are going to go out to Daniel, Candace, Rick, Paul, Rick, Mike, Rick, and then basketball spots, Greg, Mike, and Rick. All right, guys. Let's start out, David and Case. Case, let me show you your Hall of Fame photo first. All right, so let's go ahead. I'll use this as our placeholder. All right, Case, congratulations. Here is your Gary Carter right there. Case, that'll be coming your way. Congratulations, Case. David, this is your hobby box right here. This is a Gravity hobby box. This is what they call the breaker box. There are only 6 cards in here. I might not know all these names. I don't know college football as well as I know pro sports. But I follow. But there's 8,000 teams in college, so I might not know everybody. But let me know. You guys are familiar with some of the names we might pull out of here. There are going to be 3 on-card autos. All right, David, 3 on-card autos. Six cards in here. All right, this is our pack right there. Let's go. I'm just going to put your name on this, dude. All right. Should be 3 on-card autos in here. All right, here we go. Your first card is a Rodney Fields Jr. Is that numbered? No. Okay. Your next card is numbered. It is a Josh Ford. Josh Ford to 25. This is number 11 of 25. Your next card is an auto. It is a Josh Ford auto. Josh Ford auto, on-card auto out of 25. So a couple of short print Josh Ford cards right there. This is 11 of 25. This is 24 of 25 on your auto. This is a Parker Robertson. Parker Robertson. This is number 4 of 20. 4 of 5. This is a very short print. This is number 4 of 5, Parker Robertson. And then you have a short print to 9, a second Josh Ford. 2 Josh Ford autos in one box here. That is out of 9, number 8 of 9. And you're going to end it with a Luke Webb. But if you like Josh Ford, you got 3 Josh Ford cards, 2 on-card autos, and a Parker Robertson, all short prints. All right, David, congrats. All right, guys. It is now time. All right, Greg. You get a Gold Rush value pack, Greg. You're going to tell me, I'm going to put 2 choices out there. The one that's out there, this will be the one that's on the left. Or you could go the one that's on the right, I should say, or the one on the left. Greg, let me know which Gold Rush value pack you would like. Jeff, you just hit a Tom Brady? That'd be awesome. All right, Greg's going right. All right, let me put this back up there. Congrats. That's awesome, Jeff. All right, going with the one on the right. Take this one off. All right, Greg. 3 cards in here. One is normally either an auto or slab, or slab. I should say it like that more so. All right, Greg. There's a slab in here. How about a Christian McCaffrey rookie? Christian McCaffrey rookie right there. Your next one is an auto patch. Authentic worn memorabilia. This is an auto patch of Steven Strove from the UFC. Steven Strove, UFC. That is Steven Strove. That is an authentic fighter relic. That is his 2011 Topps Authentic Fighter Relic of Steven Struve. Stefan Struve? Sorry, I don't know UFC too well. I apologize. Auto patch. Then how about an Gem Mint 10 2017 Panini Prism Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball. Gem Mint 10 Panini Prism rookie right there of Lonzo. All right, Greg. Congratulations. Lonzo. Struve. And CMC. Now, is that guy for the UFC good? I really don't know much about UFC, so is he a good UFC guy? He's great. See, I don't know anything about UFC. All right, now the 2 8x10 photos. I'm just gonna take 2. We'll take these 2 right here, 4 and 7. We're taking 4 and 7 out. I'm just gonna cross those off. Take 4 and 7 out. All right, 4 and 7. And Rick and Jeff. Jeff, you can tell me, Jeff, because I'm not sure if Rick is in the chat here. Jeff, I have 4 is on the left, 7 is on the right. Mr. Hawks, I'll let you pick which one you would like, and then you will get one, and then Rick will get the other. Well, 4, you got it, Jeff. All right, this one's going to be yours, Jeff. This one is going to be Rick Belker 1. All right, Rick Belker 1, this is going to be yours. I'm just going to use a Good Luck Baseball Duck for tapping both of these. All right, this is Rick's. This is Rick's photo. Autographed 8x10 photo for Rick. Well, this is a nice one. How about a Hall of Famer? Needs to fall down, Rick, but he's a hockey guy. Chris Chelios. Chris Chelios right there, Hockey Hall of Famer. On the autographed 8x10 photo. All right, nice one, Rick. All right, Jeff, this one is yours. Well, we're sticking with the Hockey Hall of Famers. How about a little Mike Richter? Mike Richter right there. All right, couple Hall of Fame gold hockey players. Team USA right there. Team Canada on the previous one. I think there's Chelios in USA. Now I'm forgetting where Chelios is from. In my mind it was Canada, but maybe he was USA. He is, yeah, he's USA. He's Chicago. He's from Chicago. All right, couple Team USA guys from the 90s. 80s for Chelios as well. The more I thought about it, I was like, yeah, I think he's USA. All right, nice pulls, guys. Let me mark these down. All right, Jeff, Mike Richter, Rick, Chris Chelios, Greg. Then we had it was Case. Got the Gary Carter. And then David with the those two on it. All right, guys, congratulations. Got those in the books here on my end. All right, guys, let me fill in the rest of these spots that came out of the breaks. And give me just, it'll not take long, 48 seconds. And then we'll do the rest of our breaks for tonight. All right. We have, all right, Atlantic. That was Rick Belker one. And Greg has the Pacific. All right. Daniel, you had the Rockies in the bat break. Charlene has the Rockies in our photo break. Mr. Hawks, you have the Rays in our photo break. Or not Hawks, Sandhofer. Sorry, you guys. Jeff Sandhofer. Then I've got the Jaguars going out to Greg. Candace has the Saints. They're going to go marching home. Ivan's got the Commanders in the Chiefs. Well, just the Commanders. All right, then in our Funko spots, let me mark these down. Several in our Funko break. And I'm just marking. I do one little last name type thing so that I know from my end I just capitalize the one letter. The second letter just helps me in case we pull somebody, I'll know who got it when I do inventory on the sales on my end. All right, guys, we are ready to go. All right, we're going to do a bat break here, guys. Let's do a bat break. We're going to do, let's do this one. All right, guys. It is going to be the Gold Rush Bat, the 2-ball break. Gold Rush Bat and 2-ball break. All right. Everybody out there, you are going to give me gold rush, 2 Gold Rush baseballs, 1 bat break. Sorry. Definitely misworded that for slightly. All right, everybody out there, you're going to give me 5 Major League Baseball players, one line. Everybody that guesses correctly is going to get a box of mystery here. 5 players, one line. Hey, David, no problem. You're welcome. Everybody's welcome on that. We've got to figure out the baseballs. 1 and 2 on the table. 4, 5, 7, and 8 are possibilities here for our balls. Not for sheep shot. 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. 2 is going to stay out there, but 5 is going to replace box 1. All right, so let me grab box 5. There it is, box 5. Box 1 is coming off. All right. For the bats, we have 1 through 4 as a possibility. 1 is out there. I had to open up the case because when RSA sent the stuff, they sent. I knew they would do this. They sent some of the football jerseys in the same box as they shipped the bats, and so I had to open it to get the boxes of the baseball jerseys out, or the football jerseys out, I should say, that were sealed for RSA. So there's 6 and 7 times. Bat 2. All right, so bat 2. So 1 is going to come off. 2 is going to come off. Bat 2. Bat 1. Adios. All right. 5 and 2 and 2. All right, guys. Last call, no guesses. We've got Zach with the Diamondbacks. George has the Braves. Matt has the Orioles. Brandon with the Bo Sox. Troy's got the Cubs. Rick's got the White Sox. Jeff has the Reds and the Guards. Matt's got the Rockies. David's got the Tigers. Case with the Astros. David's got the Royals. Mike has the Angels and the Dodgers. Dudley with the Marlins. Mike has the Brewers. Jeff has the Twins. Rick has the Mets. Case has the Yanks. Ivan with the A's. Daniel's going Philadelphia. Let me put my little note out there, by the way. Case with the Pirates and the Padres. Zach has the G-Men. Ty has the Mariners. Rick has the Cards. Greg with the Rays. Mike has got the Rangers. Mike has his Jays. And Kane is sitting there with the Nats. All right, guys. No more guesses. All right. We're going to good luck squishy baseball as our good luck charm. Why not? This is baseball number 2. Baseball number 2. There, sealed up. Doing its thing. Tap it. All right, gonna cut in this, see what we got. All right. We have a Fanatics authenticated Rawlings Major League Baseball from the St. Louis Cardinals. St. Louis Cardinals. Carlos Martinez. Carlos Martinez on the hit. Rick. Congratulations, Rick. Carlos Martinez. A longtime Cardinal pitcher, Carlos Martinez on the hit for Rick. Congrats, Rick. And Fanatics authenticated on that. All right. Baseball number 5. Cut that right there. See what we got. Oh, this guy unfortunately battling a season-long injury. All right. Beckett authenticated Rawlings Major League Baseball from the Texas Rangers. Texas Rangers, one of the top prospects in all of baseball. Sebastian Walcott. Sebastian Walcott. Again, I still have the note out there. I apologize, guys. I do apologize. Hopefully you're able to see everything. Sebastian Walcott. All right, Rangers on the hit right there. That is going out to Micah. Micah, congrats. Nice hit right there. Again, one of the top 10 prospects. He was number one before the injury in some publications. All right, Sebastian. All right, Carlos Martinez, Sebastian Walcott, and box number 2 coming our way. All right, box 2. This is the side they said, not today. We're not going to open it there. We're going to have you open it up on our branded side, RSA. All right, we're going to cut in, see what we got. Here's our squeezy baseball. And this series is like that. Yep. All right. Let's see what we got. Okay. Oh, holy cow! This is gonna come around. Holy cow! We saw this once before. Oh my! This is the shot heard round the world. Bobby Thompson and Ralph Branca. Shot heard round the world, guys. Shot heard round the world. This is gonna be razzed off, unless the same person owns the Dodgers and the Giants. This is gonna have Bobby Thompson and Ralph Branca. Wow, that's awesome. This is from October 3rd, 1951. That's an unbelievable pull. This was limited. Hold on. This says limited edition to 151 bats right there. Not heard around the world. That's unbelievable. All right. We are going to have to razz this off. This is going to be either Mike with the Dodgers or Zach with the Giants. Wow. All right, Dodgers and Giants. Dodgers and Giants, guys. Dodgers, Giants. 7 times. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more makes it 7. Whoever has the team on the 7th time, that's getting the bats. It is the Dodgers. The Dodgers on the hit here, guys. The Los Angeles Dodgers. That is going north of the border to Canada. Mike, congratulations. The shot heard around the world is coming your way, Mike. Congratulations. That's unbelievable. All right, Mike. I don't know. Somehow they had it in here. There it is. All right, Mike, that'll be coming your way. Congratulations. Sorry, Zach. All right, Zach got to get a consolation prize, though. Because that's a tough hit for Zach. All right, Zach. Zach, where is this? I need to get you something here, Zach. Give me a second. I'm looking for it. Once I find it, it's coming your way. All right, Zach. Where is this? All right, Zach. I have to find it. I promise you it's coming your way in a second. All right, Zach. You are going to get an autographed hobby pack with a guaranteed autograph rookie just because that's a tough loss. You got to get a little something out of that. All right. There's at least one auto coming your way, Zach. At least one auto coming Zach's way. Could be one auto, one man. Or two autos. All right, Zach, this is my least little consolation. This hobby pack for you here, Zach. Oh, is that an auto? No, but that's a nice player. Well, here. Is that who I think it is? Give me a second. Okay, that's what I thought. Yep. That's what I thought. All right, here we go. Zach. I was hoping that was the auto. Here's a Brett Carey. Brett Carey. Kevin Kopps. Here's the one I wanted to make sure on. Colton Cowser. Colton Cowser right there. Nice pull right there. I was hoping it was the auto. But how about a Jordan McCants? Jordan McCants out of 75. Jordan McCants out of 75 on card auto. And then a TJ White. TJ White, he's with the Nationals. He has been on some prospect list. I know that for sure. Still with the Nationals. Jordan McCants, not top of my head, not remembering a lot. But I know Jared McCants. But there you go. A couple cards. Zach, I want to at least give you something. That's a tough loss to not get that bat, so I at least wanted to give you something, Zach. So I at least hope you appreciate that aspect. All right, guys. It's time to do a little Funko. All right, don't worry if you don't see your name. We can only refresh it once without risking punitive damages. We know it's going to be this jersey. It's the last one from this series. What we don't know is what photo and what Funko. You guys are going to put in the chat. Oh, wait. I got to figure out. Did anybody guess correctly? I don't think anybody guesses. Yeah, sorry, Troy. Did anybody guess correctly? I'm going to guess no one guessed correctly. Those were tough guesses. So, you know what? I'll still get out a baseball pack, though. We'll do a Toss Big League Baseball hobby pack. It is a hobby pack. Toss Big League Baseball. As long as you put a baseball guess in, we'll do that. And then um, we'll jump in, and you guys can start giving me a letter from the alphabet. That's fine. For the Funko. I apologize. All right. Hobby pack going someone's way. There's 1, 2, 3. Has to be named 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. We're numbers. Tom Ross. Tom Ross. You are going to get the hobby pack here, Tom. I hope you're well. All right, Mr. Ross. All right, Tom Ross. All right, Tom. A little hobby baseball pack for you. Topps Big League. This is J.P. Crawford, Mitch Haniger, Jonathan India. A little love going out to hello. My name is Mike Trout. Mike Trout. There's Trevor Story, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, Justin Turner, and Edward Cabrera. All right, nothing huge. You're shooting for the autos out of these hobby packs, but a little something for you there, Tom. All right. You're always welcome. All right. Let's figure out. We know which jersey won. Let's figure out the Funko. We've got 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6 as possibilities here. One letter if you haven't. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Box 6 for our Funko here. Box 6. I've got the bottom over here. Let me grab that. Box 6. All right. Box 6. Not today for number 1. All right. Photos. We have 2, 8, 9, and 10. 2, 8, 9, and 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. We're going to go with number 9. Number 9. Cross off cheat sheet. Number 9. Looking fine. All right, guys. Let's figure out what letter everybody's getting now. All right. If this was the 7th time, Dan would have the letter A, and Rick would have the letter Z. Now you will see these ones here: Daniel, Candace, Rick, Paul, Mike. You guys have the second letter has a capital letter. That's just from my perspective, so I know when I'm filling the orders who came from a grab bag purchase. There's 3, there's 4, there's 5. We're at 6. One more is going to make it 7 times. Here we go. Paul's going to have the letter A, and Rick is going to have the letter Z. All right, we're going to go in, hit refresh, and we're going to see what we got. All right, Paul has A, Rick has B. Last call on the guesses, by the way. George has C, Daniel D, George has E, Jeff F, Ivan G, Daniel H, Chuck has, the Chuck Wagon has I, Daniel J, Mike has K, Jake has L, Ty has M, George has N, Rick has O, George has P, Paul has Q, George has RS, Jeff has T, George has UV, Jake has W, Candace has X, and Rick's got Y and Z. All right, guys. Good luck here. All right. Let's go. Here we go. Big hit. Oh, yeah. Box 9. Box 9 sealed up all the way across. All right. We have Eddie Lacy. Eddie Lacy on the hit right there. Eddie Lacy. That is the letter L. The letter L. Jake. Jake. A little Eddie Lacy love. All right, Jake. Congratulations. Eddie Lacy. You did jam the threads. All right. Let's go. Hall of Famer. Here we go. Box 1. Last one from this series. All right, gonna give it a cut across, see what we got. Jeremy Roenick. Jeremy Roenick. That's gonna be a Blackhawk version of Jeremy Roenick. George, congratulations. That is Beckett authenticated on the JR. Great signature. Love Jeremy Roenick's signature, by the way, on his Blackhawk jersey. All right, George, congrats. JR. All right, Funko time. Oh, yeah, here we go. Box 6. All right, gonna cut into that. See what we got. Maybe. All right. Hall of Famer from the Chicago Bears. Chicago theme on this one. Chicago Bears. Mike Singletary. George on the Funko hit. All right, George, congrats. Funkalicious right there, George. Mike Singletary. That is Beckett authenticated on the Funko. All right, Hall of Famer Mike Singletary. All right, guys. We have LRS. LRS. RLS. Ivan has S. David has S. Thomas has L. Charlene has S. Jeff has R. All right, those are the 5 names that I see correctly here. Ivan, David, Thomas, Jeff, and Charlene. Mike/Charlene. If I have it or I'm missing anybody, let me know. I'm going to put together the 3 boxes of mystery. 3 boxes of mystery. All right. Dun, 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 dun. All right, top name pick in a box. Top names pick in a box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. It's David. All right, David. You are going to get to pick a box of mystery here, David. Which one of these would you like? All right, David. Glowing silver means you passed up on the shark attack. Inside the shark was not 1, not 2, but 3 packs of football cards, some scores, some contenders, and some chronicles. All right, so you missed out on all of that. Then you went and passed up on the gold. Inside of the gold was a pack of Prism Draft Picks baseball. All right, so that means, David, you got your hands on a whammy. But not all whammies create equal. How about the Itchy and Scratchy Show? All right, from The Simpsons, you're going to get yourself an Itchy Funko. All right, and I believe, guys, this is the last Funko that I have from Justin. I believe that's the last one that I had. So, David, congratulations, Justin. Thank you again for all the Funkos that you donated to the Whammy cause. A lot of fun with those. This one, though, is going out to David. David, congratulations. Next week is Shark Week. Oh. Sometimes I get so excited and I eat too many beans, it becomes Shark Week. All right, guys. We're going to go jump back in and do one more baseball break here. Let me hit refresh on this. I'll tell you what, Michigan has had it bad. Michigan had the bad lettuce, especially at Taco Bell. Michigan had the worst of the fog, the fires, the smoke. It's not going too well up there in Michigan right now. Think about you, Internet. All right, we have one photo, there, one baseball, and one jersey. All right, very simple. Very simple. Give me one baseball team. If the team you give me comes out of the jersey, the baseball, or the photo, I'm going to get a box of mystery. If we have more than 3 people, so if we have 4 or more, I will put packs out there. There'll be no whammies. But if it's 3 or under, we'll put 2 hits and 1 whammy out there. All right, guys. Let's figure out the baseball first. We have 1 through 8. 1 through 8 are going to be our possibilities here on the baseball. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. All right, it's going to be baseball number 3. All right, baseball number 3. Let me grab that. Is this guy. Number 1, not today. Jersey, I have number 2 and 5. 2 is on the table, 5 in the corner of the den. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Number 2, sticking with what's out there. All right, for our photo, number 1 is our placeholder. Number 1 is our placeholder. We also have numbers 2, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 1, 2, 4, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 1, 2, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Number 2. I grab that one right now. Number 2. All right, so number 2 replaces number 1. Guys, last call in the guessing, last call. We have Jake with the Diamondbacks, George has the Braves, Chuck Wagon with the O's, Charlene's got the Bo Sox, Troy's got the Cubs, Rick with the White Sox, Jeff H with the Reds and the Guards, Charlene's got the Rockies, David with the Tigers, Case has the Astros, Steve has the Royals, Paul has the Guardians, I can't read, Paul has the Angels and the Dodgers, David with the Marlins and Brewers, and Twins, Gilbert with the Mets, George has the Yanks, Paul with the A's, Daniel with the Phillies, Justin with the Buccos. Scott has the Friars. Zach Attack with the G-Men. Ivan with the Mariners. Rick has the Cards. Jeff S. with the Rays. Jake has the Rangers. Mike has the Jays. And Jeff H. with the Nets. All right, no more guesses. Let's go. All right. Let's use the Pirates mascot right there. All right, Pirate Parrot time. Box 3. This is sealed up. It's a rip it and then ship it thing. All right, box 3. Oh, you're killing me, Smalls. This is awesome. This is amazing. All right, guys, we have a Sandlot baseball. This is going to get razzed off. The cast of the movie Sandlot on an autographed baseball. All right, we're going to razz that off at the end here. So that we don't know the team yet for that one. All right, so Sandlot baseball going to be razzed off. Box two right here. Jersey, sealed up all the way. How about this? From the Miami Marlins, aka Florida Marlins, Gary Sheffield. Gary Sheffield for the Marlins, David. There you go, David. Miami Marlins, Gary Sheffield. All right, so Marlins for the guesses. And that is JSA on your authentication. All right, it's photo time. This was number two. Ho, 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 ho. From the Houston Astros, legendary left-handed hitter, Jordan Alvarez. What a hit for the Astros. Case, big hit right there, Case. Jordan Alvarez. Love it. Black and white photo with the pop of the player and the pop of the SIG. I like that a lot. Jordan Alvarez. Very nice, Case. That is Beckett authenticated. All right, Case, congratulations. That's coming your way. All right. It is time to see who's killing me, Smalls. All right, baseball time. All 30 teams, equal chance on this. All right, guys, here's 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's 5. We're at 6. Top name. Here we go. Top name. Texas Rangers. Texas Rangers going to get the hit here. Texas Rangers. Jake. Jake, congratulations, Jake. You are going to get the autographed baseball from the cast from the movie Sandlot. All right, Jake. All right, Rangers, Marlins, and Astros for the guesses. Rangers, Marlins, Astros. I don't see a correct guess on this one. All right, no correct guesses. Let's grab a Golden Age hobby pack. Someone's going to get a Golden Age hobby pack. How about that? And I'm just taking a bunch of recent posts, comments. Someone's getting this pack here. Has to be a name. Has to be a name. There's 1. There's 2. 3, 4, 5. There's 6. One more makes it 7. Jeff. All right, Jeff. You are going to get this Golden Age pack. That was 7 times, right? Yep, Jeff. All right, Golden Age hobby pack for Jeff. We just did this break right there. Jeff, good luck. All right. One of my all-time favorite products. All right, Jeff, you have a Curt Flood. Curt Flood, he is the guy that ushered in the salaries you see today. John Pemberton right there. Wow. John Pemberton. Wow, that is really cool. Coca-Cola guy. Civil War vet and inventor of Coca-Cola. Then we have the guy that was the on the Titanic. The Titanic, the on your mini, the captain. Dave Kingman. King Tut's tomb. Didn't think you'd see one of those today, did you? King Tut's tomb. And Josh Gibson, the greatest, arguably the greatest hitter in the Negro League history. Maybe not even needed to be argued. All right, Jeff. Good pack. No autos, which is what we're shooting for from those hobby packs. But always a fun product to open. All right, guys. It's hockey. We're going to do a hockey puck. Real quickly, and give me an NHL division. Everybody guesses correctly. Going to get a chance at a pack. I had a hockey pack. Well, I had a hockey pack out here. Here a second ago. Let me see where it went. There it is. How about this? Well, SP pack. We'll do an SP pack. So I want to get an SP pack guessing correctly. Box 11 is out there. That is one of the possibilities. So go ahead and give me an NHL division. All right, 11 is out there. We got 11. 20, 44, 63, and 76. 7 times. Top number will be the box we use. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. 20. 20. All right, guys. I'm going to replace number 11 with box 20. Number 11, not this one. All right, guys. Rick has the Atlantic, Daniel the Metro, Rick the Central, and Greg the Pacific. All right, guys. I'm going to call it. We're going to get right into it. No more guesses. Good luck. Good luck, everybody. All right. Get our good luck hockey duck out there. Quack, quack. Box 20 right there. Cut into these. We have a draft pick, 5th overall pick. Ooh, nice pull right here. How about a little Ryan Strome? Ryan Strome. Now this is going to be current team, not draft team. Ryan Strome. All right, so Ryan Strome on the hit. And that is Calgary Flames. Calgary Flames is going to be the hit right there. All right, so Calgary Flames are our hit. Ryan Strome went to the Flames at the deadline, if I'm not mistaken, or mid-year. All right. So Calgary Flames are the hit. That should be Pacific. And that is going out to Greg. Greg, congratulations. 5th overall pick, 2011, Ryan Strome. Congratulations, Greg. Even if it would have been a Ducks hit, even though they traded him, still would have been Pacific. Hey, Greg, you're welcome. All right, Greg with the hit. That means that Pacific guess is Shauna. Shauna is the only Pacific guess I see. Shauna, this is your pack. All right, Shauna. If I missed somebody, let me know, but that's the only one I see. Greg, well, you have some trade bait then. A person like, someone like Thomas Sweeney might have a Buffalo, something Buffalo he might be willing to trade for that. I'm not sure. He might not be interested in it, but that's a person that might have interest with you. All right. There's a little Jonathan Marshall, Jordan Binghamton, Connor Garland, a Rasmus Kapari short print out of short print to one. I think it's 1,199, and John Jason Pietra on a parallel. Paterka, I can't even write Paterka. All right. In your next round of hockey, Dad breaks. Dave butchers the hockey player name. Brought to you by me, butcher of the names. All right, guys. I think we have 3 breaks remaining. How about a little basketball? All right. Basketball. We know it's going to be this jersey, and we don't know the sneaker or the ball, though. But we do know it'll be that jersey. All right, guys. Here's what I need you to do. Everybody out there, one NBA team. Everybody's going to get a pack of something or a box of mystery. Everybody's going to get a box of mystery. If it's more than 4, I want to put 4 out there. I want to put 4 out there. Well, I'll put 3. I'll put up to 4 out there, but I'll put 3 unless I need to put a 4th one out there. If it's more than 4, then we'll use the packs. But everybody give me one NBA team. Everybody guesses correctly going to get something. All right, we know it's this jersey. Let's figure out the kicks. Let's figure out the kicks. 44 is on the table. We also have, I think that says 75. Right. At least for someone as dumb as me, Jake, it is. All right, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. All right, box 44. That's the one that's out there. We're going to stick with what's good. All right, 44. Box 2. You know what? Before I figure out the jersey, let's figure out the team everybody's going to get. Let's do that. And that way, if anybody wants to trade, you can. I should have done that earlier. All right. The names you don't see out there are Greg, Mike, and Rick. Those are the possibilities as well. Those are the 3. If it was the 7th time, Matt would have Atlanta. Rick would have the Washington Wizards. We're going to do this 7 times. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Sarah's going to have Atlanta. Jake is going to have Washington. All right, I'm going to copy these. And then we're going to go, we're going to paste. And then we're just going to hit refresh and see what we got. All right, that's a look at the teams that we have. Sarah's going to have the Hawks. Greg with the Celtics. Paul with the Nets. Candace has the Hornets. Jake with the Bulls. Ivan with the Cavs. Charlene's got the Mavs. Dre's got the Nuggets. Matt with the Pistons. Miguel with the Warriors. Daniel with the Rockets. Charlene with the Pacers. Candace has the Clip Show. George with the Lake Show. Daniel with the Grizzlies. Paul with the Heat. Matt's got the Bucks. Candace with the T-Wolves. Jeff has the Pelicans. Matt with the Knickerbockers. Chad with the Thunder from Under. Jeff H with the Magic. Charlene's got the Sixers. Jake with the Suns. Rick has the Blazers. Mike has the Kings. Zach has the Spurs. Miguel with the Raptors. Ty has the Jazz. And Jake says nobody beats the Wiz. All right, guys. Those are the teams. If anybody's wanting to make a trade, go ahead and put that out there. For the basketball itself, that is box 2 right there. We also have 4. 2 and 4 are possibilities here. 2 and 4. 1 and 2. Just one time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Box 4. Let me make that swap. Box 4 is going to come on. All right, there we go. You can see box 4. Not today for box 2. All right, guys. We have Sarah with the Hawks. I already went through that. So, Bulls for trade. Anybody interested in trading for the Bulls? I'm going to give it 10 seconds. Otherwise, we're going to get right into this, guys. You grab one more drink and then. I'll have no more guesses. Bulls for trade. I will take Bulls. All right. So you can either have Pacers or Pelicans. Pacers or Pelicans for the Bulls. All right. It looks like the Pacers are going to get taken for the Bulls. All right. The Pacers are going for the Bulls. All right. Charlene now has the Bulls, and Jake will now have the Pacers. All right. Let me see if that'll refresh. Nope. Sure won't. All right. Well, it's on my end. It's not going to refresh, but I know I have it on my end, so I'll show you. On my end, I have Charlene with the Bulls and Jake with the Pacers. So even though it's not going to refresh in time, God, thanks to technology, we know who's got who. All right. No more guesses. Good luck, everybody. Bulls are Charlene's. Pacers are Jake's. All right, guys. I got a basketball duck. Quack, quack. Quack, quack, quack. Quack, quack. All right, box 2, guys. Sealed up all the way around. We have from the Philadelphia 76ers, Allen Iverson. That's awesome. Beckett authenticated on the AI jersey right there. That is a Sixers hit. Allen Iverson. Charlene. All right. The trade that Charlene made didn't really benefit her yet, but she got maybe a little good luck mojo out of it. Hey, Charlene. Iverson. That's a nice looking jersey. All right, Charlene. Congrats. All right, basketball number 4. Sealed up. Front, back. I'm gonna give it a cut right there, and right there. Pop it up. We have a basketball. Why is this name? I know this name. Oh, I do know this name. I was like, why do I know this name? Well, this team did not get traded. We have an upper deck authenticated Jalen Johnson. Jalen Johnson on the hit. Jalen Johnson. That's going to be Atlanta Hawks. Atlanta Hawks upper deck authenticated Jalen Johnson. Great young power forward. All-star this year, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Jalen Johnson. Great young forward for the Atlanta Hawks. Sarah, great hit. Maybe, honestly, might be the most underrated player in the entire NBA. Not going to lie. Might be the most underrated player in the whole league. Jalen Johnson. Right there. Again, Beckett authenticated, or not Beckett, Upper Deck authenticated. And you have a certification as well. Just because he plays for Atlanta is why he might be the most underrated. Congrats, sir. I really like that one. All right, guys. Box 44. Quack, quack. All right, box 44 right there. Give me 1 second. Let's go. Four. All right, here's our seal. Come across. Let's go. One more pack. Here's our sneaker. All right, no cheat sheet. No cheat sheet for me to see who this is. We have. Ooh, all right. We have Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday on the hit right there. Drew Holiday right there on some Jordan Tatum's right there. Sorry, Jordan. Jason Tatum's. All right, Drew Holiday on some JT's. All right, Drew Holiday. That is Portland Trailblazers, Drew Holiday. And guys, that is a big hit for Rick with a grab bag spot. You can see the capital letters. Grab bag spot for Rick on Drew Holiday. On the great career with Drew Holiday. Long time. What 2009 draft pick from the Sixers. I remember that. And then he ended up getting traded for the big man. No, Norland's Noel. Norland's Noel. I remember that. All right. Nice pulls. Hey, that's a Portland hit right there for Rick. Not for. I almost said. I don't think he ever teammates with Drew Holiday. I feel like Drew with the Iverson. I think Iverson was out of Philly by then. Although maybe Iverson was back in Philly by then. Were they ever teammates when Iverson came back to Philly? They might have overlapped just barely. They did. They were teammates. Drew Holiday's first year in the league, and Iversons last year in the league. They actually were teammates in Philly. That's really cool. That's really cool. None of them played with Jalen Johnson, though. Although it's still possible that Drew could. That's actually really cool that they overlap. All right. We have Hawks, Sixers, and Blazers for guesses. Jake and Jose. All right, Jake and Jose with the correct guesses. You guys are each going to get a box of mystery here. All right, Jake and Jose each getting a box of mystery. All right, there will be 2 hits and one whammy. 2 hits and one whammy, guys. All right, Jake and Jose. 2 hits, one whammy out there. All right, Jake and Jose, we've got a toolbox. We've got some police. We've got a shark. You know what, Greg? If you could just message that to me, either on eBay or through um, my email address, that'd be perfect. Just that will help me because that I would really appreciate if you would do that for me. Jose, shark is gone. You're gonna have to either go toolbox or police. But Greg, I'll be happy to accommodate. Just you and I need Thomas to both message me. All right, Jake and then Jose. All right, you guys both passed up on the toolbox. Inside the toolbox was the whammy. And inside the toolbox was the official 2026 Los Angeles Lakers team set. Yep, I did that. All right, guys. The police going out to Jose. Jose, here you go. Jose, you're going to get a pack of Monopoly Prism basketball. Monopoly Prism basketball. I thought it was creative. All right. Jacoby Walter, rookie. Joel Embiid. How about a Jalen Brunson? You're going to like these next two if you like the Knickerbockers. World champion teammates right here. How about Carl Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson? Monopoly Prison Knickerbockers. Jacoby Walter and Joel Embiid. All right, here we go. Jake, your shark is going to bring you some Topps Chrome. Topps Chrome. Zach Edey, rookie. When healthy, he's good. Just needs to be healthy. How about Jonas Valanciunas? That is a film study. KD, that's a Topps Chrome parallel. Topps Chrome refractor. Topps Chrome refractor film study KD. And you're going to end it with that Clay. How about that? A little splash brother. Klay Thompson with his Mavs uni. All right. Congrats all the way around. That's awesome. Greg, that's awesome. All right, there's 2 breaks left. The next break, are we going to do NBA or are we going to do MLB or NFL? All right, you guys get to make the decision. We have MLB, we have NFL. We have 2 breaks remaining. I'll get the other jersey out there to help complement this one in case we do that one. But you guys got 10 seconds right now. NFL's leading though. That's awesome, Greg. I love it. So, Greg, and everybody out there, I love hearing when people get awesome things from the giveaways and things like that I send. I really do. As I tell everybody, I've already spent all the money on these things that I open and send out, and I want the biggest stuff for everybody. So I love hearing that. All right, guys. Looks like we're going to do a little NFL. All right. NFL it is. Let's refresh this. And in our break, get ready. By the way, next break will be on Friday. I'll have all the stuff ready for that break on Friday. The stuff on the site, it'll be up there within about 2 minutes of our break ending tonight. So if you're interested. All right, guys, let's figure out the 2 jerseys in this break. 1 and 5 are on the table. We also have number 9. I think that says 9. Yeah, 1, 5, and 9 are the possibilities for our jerseys. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Excuse me. All right, 9 and 5. Let me read 9. That's going to place box 1. That's 9. That's 5. There goes numero uno. All right. Our mini helmet. One's on the table. We have to have 2 and 3. So we just got the early numbers, the low digits. 1, 2, and 3 are possibilities here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. Box 1, the one that's out there. All right, guys. Last call on the guesses here. We've got Ty. Oh, I didn't even say what you're guessing. 1 NFL team. Same deal. Everybody guesses correctly. We'll get a box of mystery. If it's 4 or more, I'll put packs out there, though. 4 or more will get packs. 1 team. Go ahead and put that out there real quick. 1 NFL team. All right, we got Ty with the Cards, Mike with the Falcons, Dave with the Ravens, Case has the Bills, Dave with the Panthers, Troy with the Bears, Mike has the Bengals, Jeff has the Browns and Boys, Paul with the Broncos, Dave with the Lions, Mike has the Packers and Texans, Jeff with the Colts, Greg has the Jags, Ty has the Chiefs, Kirk with the Raiders, David has the Chargers, Rick with the Rams and Dolphins. We've got Sarah with the Vikes, Jeff has the Pats, Candace with the Saints, Mark has the Giants, Case has the Case has the Jets, Daniel with the Eagles, Charlene's got the Steelers, Paul with the Niners, David has the Seahawks, Jose with the Bucks, Case has the Titans, Ivan's sitting on the commode. All right, guys, last call on those guesses. 3, 2, 1. No more guesses. All right, guys, good luck. We'll do it this order. We'll do 5, 9, 1. 5, 9, 1. Let's get our game on. Game on pizza. All right, there we go. Game on. Pizza 5 right there. There's our seal all the way around the horn. Well, look at that. Coach Klein. We pulled one of these the other day. Coach Klein, this can get razzed off. Coach Klein's on fire in the break room. As Beckett authenticated. All right, so Beckett authenticated on the hit. That's going to get razzed off. All 32 teams going to have equal chance there. Henry Winkler, Coach Klein from the Water Boy. All right, Coach Klein. Box 9 right here. There's that seal right there, all the way around. Cut into it, see what we got. Golden. Matthew Golden, there we go. Rookie wide receiver. from the Green Bay Packers. The Pack Attack. Mike, nice hit. Nice hit there, Mike. Mr. Widows. Matthew Golden on the hit. Great hit. All right, Beckett authenticated on the Matthew Golden, Mr. Widows. All right. Nice hit. All right, mini helmet time. Box one. Hang on. Box one. Ooh, a flash helmet. Flash helmet. All right. From the New York Jets. New York Jets. We have quarterback Justin Fields. Justin Fields on a flash helmet. All right, Justin Fields for the Jets. Case, this will be coming your way. Justin Fields. That is going to be Beckett authenticated on the Justin Fields helmet. All right, Henry Winkler. Henry Winkler rounds off all 32 teams, guys. All 32. You're having that. All right, here we go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Arizona Cardinals. Arizona Cardinals. Ty is going to get the Henry Winkler, the Fonz. All right, Coach Klein, Beckett authenticated, going out to Ty. Coach Klein, congrats, Ty. All right, Cardinals, Packers, and Jets. All right, nobody with the correct guess. Let's do. All right, we're gonna get. Someone's gonna get a calendar pack. It's an absolute football calendar pack. All right, all you have to do is put the guesses in. Top name, get in the calendar pack. There's only 3 cards in there. There is a good chance for some good parallels or inserts, including a downtown. David, you're gonna get that pack. All right, David. All right, here we go. No downtowns. All right. Jackson Powers Johnson, rookie Jackson Powers Johnson, Justin Jefferson, and George Kittle. All right, you're going to get a Jackson Powers Johnson rookie, JJ, and George Kittle in your kid reporter, your absolute calendar pack. All right, guys. Last break of our night. All right, last break of the night. Let's do it. Let me hit refresh here. All right. We got to figure out the boxes. For our baseballs, we have 2 and 5 on the table. We also have 9 and 10. 2, 5, 9, and 10. Still a chance out here, Jeff. 2, 5, 9, and 10. 2, 5, 9, and 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. 2's remaining. 5 is going to get replaced by box 10. All right, there's box 10. Here goes box 5. All right, 1 is on the table for the bat. We also have 5. Yep. 10, 5. Yes, 1 and 5 are the possibilities for our bat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. All right, box 5. Let me go grab box number 5. Here is box 5. Box 1. All right, guys. Last call. Sorry, I didn't even tell you. We'll do the same thing. One team. Everybody gets this correctly. Gonna get a box of mystery. Every single person. If I have to put 18 boxes out there, I'll do it. Give me one Major League Baseball team. Could I quickly do that? Jake with the Diamondbacks. Jose with the Braves. Jake has the O's. Brandon the Red Sox. Rick has the Cubs and White Sox. Jeff has the Reds. Jake with the Guards. Daniel with the Rockies. Thomas has the Tigers. He says the Astros and the Royals. Rick with the Angels. We have Jake with the Dodgers. Chuck Wagon with the Marlins. David with the Brewers and Twins. Case is the Mets and Yanks. Shirlene with the A's. Chuck Wagon with the Phillies. David with the Pirates. Thomas has the Friars. Zach Attack with the Giants. Rick with the Mariners and Cards. Chuck Wagon with the Rays. Thomas with the Rangers. Mike has the Jays. And David with the Mets. All right, guys. No more guesses. Good luck, guys. Good luck. All right. Life is like a box of mystery. You never know what you're going to get. Put a little baseball note out there again. Box number 2. Box 2 sealed up. Doing its thing. You guys are good. I got you. Greg and Shauna and Nate. All right, secondary seal. Let's put in this. See what we got. Oh, maybe not. Well, here's a good ball player. Son of a legendary ball player. All right. We have a TriStar authenticated Major League Baseball from the Minnesota Twins. We have Cody Clemens. Cody Clemens going out to David. David, congratulations. I'm not sure, David, if you got a Cody Clemens before or not. But we have Cody Clemens. And fun fact, I met Cody Clemens, and I'm probably said this the other time. I know we pulled one before. I actually met him when he was like 8 years old. When I worked for the Nationals, his whole family came out to see one of his brothers play. It was in Hagerstown, Maryland. He might have been like 12 years old, something like that. 2007. So, however old he is now, that would have been, gosh, 19 years ago. All right, here we go. Box 10. All right, secondary seal is going to be back here. And it's going to do its thing right there. There we go. Oh, here we go. Hall of Famer. Hall of Famer. On a Hall of Fame baseball. This is great. All right, Major League Baseball. Rawlings, TriStar Authenticated. Hall of Famer, Rich Goose Gossage. Goose Gossage. This is going to be based on games played. I want to say it's a Yankee, but he played with a lot of teams. A lot of teams in his Hall of Fame career. All right, let's look this up. Goose Gossage. All right, the Goose. See, look at, he even played, I know, the Pirates. Yep, right there. All right, Goose Gossage. Games played. We go with games. It is going to be the Yankees. New York Yankees on the hit for Goose Gossage. All right, Case. Case, great hit right there. The Goose. Goose Gossage. All right, guys, here we go. Last box of the night. This is the knob side, so we will open it on that side. This is the barrel, and that is box 5. All right, guys, here we go. This is the knob. Good luck, everybody. Last box of the night. Oh, we have a big time hit right here. They knocked the camera. All right, one of the best power hitters in the game. David, you ended it on a big note. Outfielder, James Wood. James Wood on the hit there for the Nationals. Washington Nationals power hitter, James Wood. Louisville Slugger. Congratulations, David, on a big James Wood hit. Right, nice pull right there. James Wood. Congratulations to everybody on the hits. Hopefully you guys had some fun. I know not everybody can get a hit, but we try to have some fun. I do a lot of giveaways. And, one week it'll be your week. Next week it won't be, but you know what? Hopefully you have fun. Hey, Jeff, you've had some good weeks here recently, though, so hopefully it'll even out. Next time you'll get a big one as well. I do appreciate you, though, no matter what, whether you get 5,000 hits, no hits. I do appreciate you taking the time to break with me, Jeff, and the whole group here. I do appreciate you guys doing that. I really do. I do not take it lightly. It's hard earned money. It's hard earned time, and I want you guys to know that I appreciate it. Take care, guys. Have a great week. I'm traveling. I have 3-day trips, single day. Like I'm gone all day tomorrow, all day the next day, and the day after. Uh, about 5 hours of driving, but no sleepovers or anything. So in a way, that's a good thing though too. So have a great night. Take care. Have a great week. I will see you guys hopefully on Friday. Take care, guys. Oh, giveaway. Yes, guesses. I'm a dummy. I am a dummy. All right. Twins, Yankees, Nationals. Twins, Yankees, Nationals. Oh my. Well, Jeff. You know what? I think you're the only correct guess. Am I correct? Jeff is the only correct guess. Jeff, let's see what you got. All right, Jeff. You know what? No whammy for you. I'm gonna put 2 boxes out there, and both have hobby packs. All right, Jeff. Silver or shark? They're both hobbies. Let's go, Jeff. Rooting for you either way. Huge potential out of either. Huge potential. Da-da, da-da. Shark. All right, guys. Passed up on the Topps Chrome Update Pack. All right, that was a really big one. One of the biggest products in recent memory. But, Jeff, you're going to get a hobby draft picks pack. Let's go. Come on, let's get you an auto. Let's get you an auto, Jeff. Let's go. It's a hobby draft picks pack. Big time potential. All right. No auto, but let's see if there's some magic in. Oh, there's a nice card on top. How about that? How about a rookie Matt Chapman? Really nice third baseman with the Giants. Gold Glover, good hitter. Matt Chapman. Casey Gillespie. Casey Gillespie. Is that a Joey Pancake? Joey Pancake Prism? That's awesome. Joey Pancake Prism. Dustin DeMuth. And Austin Gombler. Austin Gomer. I can't even read. Austin Gomer, long time Rocky. But a great Matt Chapman. There you go. Nice pull right there. Matt Chapman. Former Blue Jay, former A. All right. Jeff, no auto. We tried. There you go. You're welcome. You guys have a great rest of the week, and I will try to catch up with you guys here shortly. And if you have any emails, questions, just hit me up. Take care, and I'll have everything on that site here in a few minutes. Hey, take care, guys.